What's going on, guys? Kane and Aiden here, back with another video. All glory to God, and we're back. We had some technical difficulties as well as busy schedules, but here we are. Aiden, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Nothing really else to it. Kane, how you feeling today?
Feeling pretty good. So let's get it started with a little bit of a new segment. So our new segment, classic trivia time.
Mm-hmm.
Two questions each. Winner gets the 30-second winner circle.
And there's a tiebreaker if needed.
Tiebreaker if needed. All right. So I'm going to ask my first question.
And all questions are multiple choice, by the way.
All right. Which Toronto Raptors head coach was fired the same year that he won the NBA Coach of the Year? A. Lenny Wilkens, B. Sam Mitchell, C. Butch Carter, or D. Dwayne Casey?
I'm gonna say Dwayne Casey because I actually know him.
Okay, yep, that's correct.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
if you remember, he won the Coach of the Year, then got fired that same year for Nick Nurse. Worked out pretty well, I'd assume.
Mm-hmm.
Got a title.
All
So.
right, we got my first question now. My question is, hold up. What's the most goals scored by one player in a hockey game?
The most.
10,
Okay.
A, 10, B, 7, C, 15, D, 9.
Okay, there's no way it's 15
Okay.
by
I,
one player.
by one player. We got the Kane play-by-play right now. Take him 50,000 years on
Okay,
this one. Yeah.
so it's not 15. I don't know this, but I'm gonna go 9.
Nope, 7.
Who was it?
I don't know who did it, but it was just 7. I didn't do players because, like, who cares about the player? I just want to do most. All right, Kane,
Dang.
let's get into your question. If I get this right, then I win it all.
Which MLB pitcher holds the record for most complete games? A. Nolan Ryan, C. Cy Young, or B. Cy Young, C. Randy Johnson, or D. Clayton Kershaw.
Well, since you started on B, I'm going to say B.
Dude, oh,
I got that right?
that's right.
Yeah, I knew it because you started on it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and give you my second question, anyways. All right. Who was the first player to win 8 scoring titles? A. Michael Jordan, B. Kareem, C. Wilt, or D. LeBron?
Mm, Will.
Nope, Michael Jordan.
Dang, I sold. Holy crap.
Man, I killed you this time, and this is the second time. I mean, I know it's our first time we've done it, but I beat him before. Just recording and stuff like that went down. But
All
I
right,
guess I
your
get my
30
30-second
second
winner circle.
your 30-second winner circle starts now.
All right, man. I want to thank my family for being the reason I beat Kane today because he's not good at trivia. But
Apparently
yeah,
not.
dude. Houston Rockets 2024 NBA champions. Jalen Green next up. That's all I gotta say, really. That's all I gotta say, man. Rockets next up, baby. Let's go. Let's get it going. Get me on the championship parade right now. Call me up. I'm ready. My phone's ready. I'll be in the championship parade. I don't care. I'll lead the parade. That's all I gotta say.
Time's up. All right, so after the trivia time disaster for me, we'll try to be better next time. Next, we're going to move into some baseball, talking about the NL East a little bit. Now, this division went crazy this weekend. Going to run you guys through the standings here. So, the NL East. Now, the Phillies are now in first place at 59 and 53. Braves in second at 57 and 55. Mets in third, 56 and 55. And the Nationals and the Marlins sit at fourth and fifth, below 500. The Phillies have won 8 games in a row to take over first place, and the Mets have lost 4 in a row to drop from first to third just after acquiring Javi Baez at the trade deadline. Aiden, who's the NL East favorite as of today?
I mean, as of today, it's obviously the Phillies. They've been pretty surprising because I watched them play Phillies versus Nationals, and I thought for sure they had it, but the Phillies made a really good comeback and won that game, even after playing pretty poorly in the first inning and second inning. So I think they've been on pretty. I think they've been on fire. I mean, obviously,
Yeah,
but
they have been on fire. This question's tough because all sports are a game. Sports are a game of runs and streaks, and
hmm
Phillies are on a run right now, and the Mets are on a bad run right now. This division is so close with the top three right there. Um, I've been thinking about this since I knew we were going to do this question, and I still honestly don't have a definitive answer. Um,
Mhm.
I think the Mets are maybe the best team, but Jacob DeGrom is out right now, so that hurts the pitching staff, and even Taiwan Walker did not have a good outing. Yesterday, Zach Wheeler balled out for the Phillies. I think it's either the Phillies and the Mets, and I would have to give the slight edge right now to the Phillies as well. I think they're
Mhm.
hot right now. Um, and I think they have a really good team. Their pitching is good. They went out and got Kyle Gibson at the trade deadline and Ian Kennedy. Those are good players I know from experience watching them this season. Um,
Mhm.
I'd give them the slight edge right now, but it's really slight. It's tough.
I mean, that is true. Their streak could end tomorrow. You never know.
Yeah. Next up, we're going to talk about the Chicago White Sox. The White Sox currently sit 66 and 46, 20 games above 500. First place in the AL Central. They swept the crosstown rival Cubs this weekend. Aiden, will playing weaker competition hurt the White Sox in October?
I think it will, mostly because they're playing weaker competition, you know. So when it gets to the playoffs, there's no joke. It's no joke, you know. It's all everyone's playing like it's their last play. Like it's the last time they're gonna play, you know.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it will. I think we saw the same thing with Cleveland in that exact same division in years past, and they only made it to one World Series in 2016. If you look at the teams, no team in the AL Central is above 500. They're not playing meaningful games right now, right? Like they can
Mhm.
lose a bunch of games in a row and still be first in the AL Central. Um, I think Tony La Russa being the manager helps a little bit because he's been there, he's done that. But at the same time, like, I really think it will hurt them. Not that I don't like this Chicago team. Like I really like this team, but it's baseball. And right, like I mean, if you're going, if they match up with the Astros in October, I don't like that for Chicago.
Yeah.
It's a question that everyone has a side on. Some people are going to say, "Oh no, they're still a good team. It doesn't matter who they play." And then you got people like us that think it will affect them. I think it will affect him. It just matters to the extent to which it'll affect him.
Mhm. For sure.
So next up, we're going to be talking about some big soccer news. Me and Aiden not big on the football around here, but Lionel Messi signing a 3-year contract to go to.
Lionel. You gotta get that right, man.
Oh my bad. See, that shows how much I know. Messi, I just call him Messi, the goat of soccer, signing a 3-year contract to team up with Neymar at PSG. Aiden, your thoughts?
I think it's a great pickup for PSG because they already have Neymar and they also have a rising star right now, which he's already a star, Mbappe. But he's looking like he's gonna be like the next face of the league. So they teamed up the next face of the league with the greatest soccer player of all time, and they already have Messi, he's just a great player in general. It's just gonna be that offense is gonna be crazy.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna act like I know what I'm talking about here. I know Messi's good. No Neymar's good. I know Mbappe's good. I know Messi's the GOAT, right? And he's going to join PSG. I also know that Messi and Neymar used to play together at Barcelona. I'm right about that, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So I don't know like what type of league that they play in, but I would assume that they're gonna win that league.
hmm It's
You
in
have to look at
France.
the
It's
players.
in
Yeah, I knew.
France.
Okay, here's my soccer. I watch the US men and women, MLS, and Premier League. That's it. So I don't really know. But I think that's gonna be a good signing for them. Honestly, any soccer team would love to have Messi. He's the GOAT of soccer. Um,
hmm
so I mean, good signing for PSG. I like it.
For sure.
So next up, we got some NBA Summer League talk. Let's get it. The Houston Rockets defeated the Cleveland Cavaliers yesterday, 84-76, behind number 2 overall pick Jalen Green's 23 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Evan Mobley had a bit of a slower game, 12 points, 9 rebounds, 2 blocks. Aiden, I know we both watched this game. What are your thoughts?
Well, you know, we are Rockets fans, so we had to talk about this game for sure. I was really impressed with how Jalen Green played. I knew that it would be seamless for him going from G League to the NBA, but I didn't expect him to be as comfortable and as confident hitting, step back threes with still a lot of time on the
Right.
clock. He played with a lot of confidence out there, which is why he had 23 points and he had good shooting splits too.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think too, it's one game. Like, I think a lot of people are overreacting to his performance, to Cade's performance. Like me and Aiden were talking about this last night. The G League to the Summer League is not a big jump.
No,
Like, it's basically the same thing.
it's like a G League to G League. It's what it is. It's not.
There were some things that I noticed in the first half, like just some of the reads that he was making, but he really cleaned that up in the second half. He looked smooth with it. His footwork was nice. His transition game was smooth. His defense got better as his
Hmm.
offense got better. I thought he was really good. For Mobley, I didn't think he was terrible, but I also didn't think he was great. He was good on the
Hmm.
defense and was solid on the rebounding. Um, but at the same time, he's a center, and you know, um, it's not it's harder for them to take over games.
Uh-huh. On another note for the Cavs too, we saw was it Isaac Okoro? He had
Yeah,
a really
he had a
good game.
really
He had
good
a really
game.
good game. Two really good dunks. And also on the Rockets, they got Alperen Sengun. I believe that's how you say his name. Um,
He
he
played deep.
he he played interesting. He hit decent from the free throw line, which is good for a center. But his offense was not it. But he did have 13 rebounds. I can't complain about that. But it just
Yeah,
looked like he like it looked like Mobley was just running the paint on defense.
yeah. So that's our thoughts on the Rockets Cavs game. Overall, great win. Hopefully, the Rockets can keep it up. The next game we're going to talk about is the Pistons 72. They fell to OKC 76. Cade Cunningham, 12 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and Josh Giddey for the Thunder, 2 points, suffered a minor ankle injury. We think he's going to be all right. He only played 5 minutes. So
Hmm.
obviously the game, not the big storyline here. Your thoughts on Cade's performance?
I thought it was interesting. He didn't really play great, but he did hit two back-to-back threes though early on in the game. But he just looked like, I mean, it's rough. I mean, I know it's rough going from college to NBA like this.
Yeah. I didn't watch this game. I was watching Sunday Night Baseball. I thought 6 rebounds, just by looking at the box score, 6 rebounds, that's going to happen for Cade. He's a taller guard. Um,
Hmm.
12 points, certainly not bad, but not amazing from your leader. They
And
also
he didn't
had
have great. He didn't shoot great he didn't shoot great shots either. Pretty
two
bad shooting
assists.
splits.
Also, I would have liked that to be a little higher, maybe around the
Hmm.
4 to 6 mark. Um, but it's his first game. It's one game. You can't overreact to it. He's getting.
Yeah, like we already said this.
We'll see what
Like
he does next.
because we went on Twitter after this game, and it was just, oh, Cade's a bust. Cade's a bust. It's one game,
Even
you know.
that's a league game. It's not even a real game. So moving on to everyone's favorite segment, we got big deal or no big deal. Aiden, the U.S. men win the basketball gold medal. Big deal or no big deal?
I think it's a pretty big deal, mostly for Kevin Durant as he becomes the Olympics all-time leading scorer in points, which puts him as the greatest Olympian of all time, in my opinion. Some people still say Melo, but I give it to Kevin Durant though because he did play one less Olympics than Carmelo, so I still give it
Yeah,
to KD.
I could agree with you there. I think it is a big deal. Not for that reason, but for the reason of they lost to France in the first game. It was like, oh, the U.S. is not going to win it. The U.S. is not going to win it. They lose the exhibition. And what did me and Aiden say? Not trying to toot our own horns here, but what did we say? We said, chill out. They'll be all right. Even after they lost the first game, we said it's a big deal, but they'll be all right. They didn't
Yeah.
lose a single game. The rest of them. Katie stepped up as that leader. I thought Holiday was really good. I watched the gold medal game. I thought Tatum was a spark off the bench that they needed. Popovich did a good job of not inserting him into the starting lineup because a lot of young coaches in the league, when once a player does good off the bench, they'll try to put him right into a star role, and that's not necessarily their role. Not saying Tatum can't be a star; he obviously is, but his role was off the bench in that tournament. Um, and I think they overall played a good game in the gold medal game, played a good tournament.
Hmm.
So next up, we have the U.S. women's basketball. 7 straight gold medals. Big deal or no big deal?
I mean, it's a big deal. Obviously, that's seven straight. 7 straight gold medals is crazy.
Yeah, it's a huge deal. I mean, say what you want about men versus women. It's not relevant at this point. The U.S. is just dominant in basketball. I don't care. They won the 3-on-3 women's gold medal. They won the men's medal. They won the women's medal. I don't care. You guys always try to split it up into men's versus women's. The U.S. is just dominant in basketball. This U.S. women's team is a straight up
Really
dynamic
good.
national team. I mean,
Hmm.
Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi, 5 gold medals. That's insane.
And you got Brittany Griner, who was doing a lot in that tournament too.
Griner, who dropped 30 in the final game.
Mm-hmm.
It's a huge deal. I mean, it's not a crazy because I know now people are gonna be like, who's better, men or women? Just appreciate what they did, appreciate their greatness. It was a great win for the U.S. women, as were the other six.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Next up, we have interesting news that broke this morning. Miami QB Declare King signed an NIL deal with the Florida Panthers. Yes, you read that right. The Florida Panthers in the NHL. A big deal or no big deal?
I think it's a big deal. You know, any chance a college athlete gets to make money is a big deal.
Yeah, I'll talk a little bit about this. It is a big deal. I'm not sure exactly what he's going to do for the Florida Panthers, but interesting. I definitely didn't think that was going to happen, but
Mm-hmm.
sure, big deal. Good for him.
Good for him making money at college. You know.
Yeah, yeah, good for him. So that's going to do it, guys. Kane and Aiden, again, we're apologize about the technical difficulties. We kind of had to brush away some NBA free agency stuff that
Mm-hmm.
we were really looking forward to covering with you guys, but it wasn't a humongous free agency. So um, maybe we can revisit that, but we were just busy and then we had some technical difficulties. But this episode was fun and do it again later. It's Kane and
Mm-hmm.
Aiden signing off.
Signing off.